Hello there, everyone. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you very much for lending me your time and your ear and listening to another idea that will work on the Wii U. And this one is something I would love to see happen because I actually have played and beat all three games as of recently. I literally played through all three games to the series, and that's the Excave trilogy. I was about to say Excave trilogy. I think the name is Mechanic Arms. It's either Mechanic Arms or Mechanical Arms. I know they've had a couple different publishers for the games. I know the first game was Teon. Yes, Mechanic Arms is the developer. The first game was Teon as far as the publisher goes, and I don't remember who this. I look. I'm just gonna look right on my 3DS right now. You can hear it. Uh, Teon was their first publisher, and Lightweight was their second publisher. It was Burzgala Lightweight. I think that's how it's pronounced. I I don't know if Burzgala is the right way to pronounce it, but that's what it was. Um, the games are fun. Like they're definitely good time wasters. If you just want to play through a game and kill some monsters and stuff, these are good games for that. They're entertaining enough. The first game I put into it, I think, to beat it, I think I put into it like 5.5 hours. The second game was about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit more. And the third game, I think I put in about the same amount of time. It was like 5 to 6 hours, maybe. No, actually, that's a little bit longer. I take that back. I was closer to 7 hours in on that game to kind of actually like finish it. Oh, oh man, I would love to see these games get the Gunman Clive treatment and just get ported up to the Wii U and like expand, like maybe a little bit better than the Gunman Clive treatment. Make because that game they didn't really have to do much to make the visuals work for the Wii U. Um, Excave with the style of the way it looks. Um, I would like to see them like expand your viewable area and just like smooth out the textures and stuff, like and port it up. Um, hmm, I lost my train of thought for a second there, but the games are good. Like I said, if you like to just spend a little bit of time just hacking monsters and stuff, these games are good for that. Like they will provide you a decent amount of challenge. I'm not gonna lie, I died a lot, at least on the first game because I didn't really understand the system all that well until I got like halfway through the game. Uh, but the second game, I think I think I only died like once, if that, while while I was playing through it, and they're fun. Like the first the inventory management system is all done on the bottom screen of the 3DS. Like literally just with the Wii U would be the exact same thing. Um, all your inventory management is done on a touch screen. Um, sorry, I wasn't trying to yawn like that. I do have one problem though, like one serious problem though, and that's that there's no pause function. So for that game, if I wanted to pause it, I either had to hit the home button on the 3DS or I had to close it, and that annoyed me. So there would be a need for a pause function, or maybe I just couldn't figure out how to get it to work. But I know every time I hit the start button or select, I was not getting a pause function at all, and those would typically be the buttons that you would think would do it. Uh, so, like I said, I would add a pausing function to this game, but that's about all it would need. Like, add a pause function to all three of them. The first game's item management system worked very well. The second game refined it and made it better. Even added some limitations to some items that didn't have limitations, which was actually a good thing because it added to the challenge of playing the game and being able to manage your equipment, which is awesome. And the third game kind of puts you in a position where you are playing like each every time you enter a new dungeon, you have to start from scratch and build yourself up. But it actually, to me, it's actually fun that way because that means I'm building myself up as I'm taking on more enemies and I could actually get further. Like there's a, there there's not a lot to do in the games, but there is a lot to discover in the games, I should say. Like I'm going to be back and forth between Excave 2 and 3 because I'm pretty much done with Excave 1. But I'm going to be back and forth between 2 and 3 because there's a lot of stuff that I can unlock and open up for more further gameplay. Like I just kind of wanted to run through all of them once I beat the first one. I was like, I'm just going to finish the other two. And the first two games actually came out the same last year, like 2 months apart. The third one came out literally last month. So I'm like, just put these together in a compilation and put them on the eShop for like not $15, about 17, $18. Because if you buy them on the 3DS, it's going to cost you about $23 if you're buying each one of them individually and they're not on sale. Because the first game is $5, the second game is $10, and the third game is like 8. So, but to me, they're well worth their prices. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, they are well worth their prices to me. They were fun. Again, they provided a decent amount of challenge, and the second game is definitely the one that has the most story elements to it. Like it definitely has the most story to it. The third one is a little less story heavy and is definitely more about the action and completion of goals. But I think they would do very well on a home console. Like these games feel like to me that they should have been on a home console. They might be shorter experiences, but they are definitely well worth the time playing. Like they're definitely well worth the time spent to play them. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like I enjoy them. Like they're not like A+ games, but they're definitely B, at least like upper B grade games, as far as I'm concerned. The mechanics work very well. The controls are just like the controls are pretty much perfect for these games. Like so, like I've not had a problem with the controls. I just like I said with the first game, I just had to figure out the game. Like, but once I did, it was gravy. Like the games are fun. They're easy to play. And I'm not saying easy to play as in most people will run through them very easily because there are definitely people who get hung up on the style of game that they are, but they're definitely well worth the time spent to play. And if you don't like if you have a 3DS, I would suggest just getting them. Like I said, they're worth playing. And I would start from the first game. One, because it's the cheapest one. Two, it'll get you into the series. Like if you're gonna play it, like you'll master the controls from the first game. After that, you'll just learn the additional. You'll get the additional challenge the other games provide by playing them. And there isn't much difference in tweaking between the second and the third game, other than the third game, you have to start from scratch every time you start a level, whereas with the second game, you don't have to do that. You still have items that you can set up. And there are two different characters for the first and the second game. You have a guy and a girl that you can switch between. They have two different styles of play, whereas the third game, you have one character and she encompasses both styles of play of both of those characters, and she can swap between the different weapons that they had because she's the only character in the game. But that's it. Like I like the trilogy. I think they would fit very well on the home console. I know I would definitely get them. Like I would purchase the trilogy together on the home console. Just like I bought both Gunman Clive games, and then I went and bought the HD duology, which was put on the Wii U. I didn't have to do it, but I did it because I liked the game and I wanted to support the developers themselves because they put effort into it and I enjoyed it. So I would definitely do it again myself. I would purchase them again. Like they drop them on the eShop for somewhere between 18 and $20. I get them again in a heartbeat, no problem. But that's it. Thank you guys and girls very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.